If we want to adopt openings from linked models with ConVoid for Revit, we have to link or reload the relevant models first. In order to ensure that ConVoid can do its job properly, we need to make sure of a couple of things. First, we need to check the parameter descriptions of the openings. To do so, we select an opening and click on Edit Type. We check whether the following pop-up provides information about the opening's type, shape, and orientation. Note that the model type of these openings is set to Generic Models. This information will help ConVoid and avoid mistakes further down the line. When everything looks right, we can start the adoption process. We set the adoption scope with the section box. Only visible openings will be adopted by ConVoid. After clicking on Convert Void, we create a filter for the discipline we are using. In this example, we are adopting electrical openings. We choose the linked model that provides the reference elements. For the host elements of the openings, we select the architectural model. A click on the wrench icon brings us to Settings. Here, we check the box that says Adopt Provision for Voids, since we will be adopting openings. To make sure we will get all the openings, we set the Ignore Openings parameter to smaller than 1 mm. Since we are adopting openings and do not want to change their geometry, we set the value for Round Openings Become Rectangular to a very high number. Lastly, we tell ConVoid to not join openings by selecting a value 0 here. After clicking OK, we apply the settings. Please note that when adopting openings, the correct setting of parameter filters is crucial. By using these parameter filters, you ensure that ConVoid doesn't misunderstand model inaccuracies. In order to set the parameter filters correctly, group the opening by their type and orientation. Here, we are telling ConVoid that horizontal openings, be it rectangular or circular openings, carry the opening type, opening, and the orientation type, horizontal, in their identity data. Then, we create a new filter for recesses. For our rectangular and circular recesses, we use the opening's identity data that will help ConVoid work properly. Here, those are the parameters opening type, set to recess, and orientation, set to horizontal. ConVoid's parameter transfer is a powerful function that allows you to enrich your openings with parameter values from the host and reference elements, such as information about fire rating or material. To do this, we click in the parameter transfer icon. First, we tell ConVoid to transfer the model name of the reference elements to the openings and display it as a comment. Then, we confirm and save these settings. Afterwards, we run the adoption process. In the next step, we check if the openings received their descriptions and are categorized properly as openings and recesses. Say your team is working on the model and the model has been changed. To update the openings after such changes, we simply run ConVoid again. First, we unload the linked IFC models via the project browser and then via the Manage Links function. Here, we remove the link to the old IFC file and then load the new version. In order to update the openings, we then run ConVoid again, this time with the updated IFC model of the reference elements. We are making sure to set the parameters right for horizontal and vertical openings, and set the opening mode to Opening, where we want ConVoid to create openings. After saving our settings, we click OK. ConVoid then places the openings and shows us an overview of what was changed. To see the detailed log, we are using ConVoid's Manage Void function. By applying a color filter, we can easily see which elements have been changed and how. We recommend unloading the files via the Revit project browser afterwards. In our 3D view, we can now choose our adopted openings and see their status. This opening has been changed during the adoption process. Please note that ConVoid never deletes openings automatically. It only marks them as deleted, as you can see here. These openings can be removed manually. Refer to our detailed ConVoid guide or help section for further information.